Let me tell you something important. Life does not reward weak commitment. It does not bow to wishful thinking, and it does not move out of the way for people who are half serious. The world doesn't need you to be louder. It needs you to be stronger. When I say become a monster, I don't mean reckless. I don't mean angry. I don't mean out of control. I mean disciplined, focused, relentless, a monster of consistency, a monster of self-control, a monster of standards. We all must suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Most people choose regret because discipline looks hard. But the truth is, discipline is freedom. The monster is not someone who destroys others. The monster is the one who destroys excuses, destroys laziness, destroys the weak habits that steal years from ordinary lives. This is not about becoming feared. It's about becoming unignorable. Because when you raise your standards, when you work when others rest, when you push when others quit, life starts responding differently. This is where power is built, quietly, daily, relentlessly. So the question is not, can you become a monster? The question is, how long will you tolerate being less than what you're capable of becoming? Let's begin. Most people don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because they fear it. Fear of effort, fear of responsibility, fear of standing out. Power changes things, and change makes people uncomfortable. When you become powerful, you stop blending in. You stop making excuses. You stop explaining your lack of progress. And that's scary because power demands ownership. The more you know, the more responsibility you have. Most people would rather stay comfortable than accountable. Comfort is familiar. Power is demanding. From a young age, people are trained to fit in. Don't try too hard. Don't be too serious. Don't make others uncomfortable. But progress never came from fitting in. It came from individuals who raised their standards and refused to apologize for it. Becoming powerful means becoming disciplined, and discipline has a reputation. It looks lonely. It looks boring. It looks hard. What people don't see is what discipline gives back. Confidence, self-respect, freedom. But freedom has a price, and most people don't want to pay it. Power also reveals truth. When you become stronger, your old habits feel weak. Your old environment feels limiting. Your old conversations feel shallow, and that creates tension. Some people will cheer you on. Most will watch quietly. Some will criticize, not because you're wrong, but because your growth exposes their stagnation. It's easier to call discipline extreme than to admit comfort has cost you years. This is why people mock intensity, why they say, relax. Life's not that serious, but life is serious. Time is serious. Potential is serious. Regret is serious. Becoming powerful also means you stop hiding behind circumstances. You stop blaming the economy, your past, your upbringing. You realize something uncomfortable. You were capable long before you were committed. That realization shakes people because it means the responsibility was always theirs. Power removes alibis, and many people prefer excuses. There's also fear of judgment. When you commit fully, people expect results. It's safer to stay half committed. That way, if you fail, you have an explanation. But half commitment guarantees failure. The monster is not reckless aggression. The monster is disciplined focus. The monster is the person who wakes up early without applause, who works when motivation is gone, who studies, trains, and improves, while others entertain themselves. And that scares people because it reminds them of what they're not doing. Power also requires patience. You must work without immediate reward. You must build without recognition. You must believe before results appear. Most people want proof first, but life gives proof after commitment. This is why people fear becoming powerful, because power exposes character. It shows who is disciplined, and who is distracted, who is committed, and who is comfortable. Power is not loud. It's consistent. And consistency is rare. Becoming powerful means you stop negotiating with your weaknesses. You stop saying, just this once. You realize every small decision is shaping your future. And that awareness is uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Those who fear power end up fearing regret even more, because the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. You were not designed to be average. You were not designed to drift. You were designed to grow. Becoming powerful is not about dominance. It's about mastery. Mastery of self. Mastery of habits. Mastery of standards. And once you understand that, you stop fearing power. You start fearing wasted potential. That's where transformation begins. A monster is not born. It is built. Built through decisions. Built through habits. Built through standards. The monster mindset is not aggression. It is control. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Most people wait to feel motivated. The monster does not. The monster moves on principle, not emotion. Mindset is the internal environment where behavior is formed. Change the environment and behavior follows. The monster mindset begins with one hard truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your standards. Standards are non-negotiable. Not when you're tired. Not when you're busy. Not when no one is watching. This is what separates the serious from the casual. The monster mindset does not argue with itself. It decides once and executes daily. Most people negotiate. Just today, just this once, I'll start tomorrow. The monster eliminates negotiation because negotiation leads to weakness. To build this mindset, you must develop a new relationship with discomfort. Discomfort is not danger. It is training. The monster does not avoid pain. It uses it. Early mornings, repetition, boredom. These are the tools of mastery. The monster mindset also requires patience. Results are delayed. Recognition is rare. Progress is quiet. Most people quit here, not because it's hard, because it's slow. But slow progress is still progress. And progress compounds. The monster understands something others don't. Small actions, done daily, create massive momentum. This mindset is built in silence. No announcements. No validation. No applause. The monster works while others talk. Another key element is emotional discipline. You do not react. You respond. Anger is directed. Fear is acknowledged. Doubt is dismissed. The monster mindset is calm. Calm under pressure. Calm under criticism. Calm under delay. Because panic wastes energy. The monster also controls its inputs. What you watch, what you listen to, who you spend time with. Your mind is a battlefield, and the monster defends it fiercely. Negative voices are cut off, not argued with, removed. The monster mindset does not chase motivation. It builds structure, schedules, routines, systems. Structure creates freedom. Success is something you attract by the person you become. The monster mindset is not selfish. It is self-respect. You train not to prove others wrong, but to honor your potential. And here's the hardest part. The monster holds itself accountable, even when no one else will. No excuses. No stories. No shortcuts. This mindset is not built overnight. It is forged through repetition, through resistance, through resilience. And once built, it changes everything. Your pace, your confidence, your presence. People feel it before you say a word, because mindset shapes identity, and identity shapes destiny. This is not about becoming feared. It's about becoming formidable, unshakable, reliable, unstoppable. Build the mindset. The habits will follow. And once the mindset is built, the monster is no longer something you become. It is who you are. There is a season for talking, and there is a season for building. Most people confuse the two. They announce before they act. They speak before they build. They seek applause before results. The monster does the opposite. Monsters move in silence, not because they are hiding, because they are focused. Silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. When you work in silence, you conserve energy. You don't waste it explaining. You don't lose it defending. You don't leak it seeking approval. Approval is expensive. It costs focus. Most people want witnesses. The monster wants results. There is something powerful about being unknown while improving. No pressure to perform. No expectations to meet. No opinions to manage. Just work. This is where real growth happens. In the quiet hours. In the unseen effort. In the lonely repetition. Working when no one is watching. Build something rare. Integrity. Because integrity is doing the work. Even when there's no reward yet. Delayed gratification is a monster's advantage. While others chase quick praise, the monster invests in long-term mastery. The world is loud. Everyone is talking, posting, explaining, but results don't need marketing. They introduce themselves. When results arrive, they speak with authority. You don't have to tell people you're disciplined. Your lifestyle will show it. You don't have to tell people you're focused. Your progress will prove it. You don't have to tell people you've changed. Your behavior will announce it. Silence also protects you. Not everyone needs access to your plans. Not everyone deserves insight into your process. Some people listen only to doubt you. The monster knows this, so it builds quietly. Another truth, the more you talk, the less you do. Talking creates the illusion of progress. Work creates progress. The monster avoids illusions. Silence sharpens concentration. When you are not explaining your goals, you are executing them. When you are not defending your choices, you are strengthening them. This is why silence feels uncomfortable at first, because ego wants recognition. But discipline demands patience. The monster learns to sit with the discomfort. No praise, no feedback, no applause, just steady work. And something incredible happens. Confidence grows. Not loud confidence, quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't need to announce itself. This confidence comes from evidence, from days stacked on days, from promises kept to yourself, from showing up consistently. When results finally appear, they are undeniable. People will ask, when did this happen? You'll know the answer. In the mornings, in the late nights, in the silent hours. This is where monsters are made, not in spotlight moments, but in private discipline. And here's the reward. When results speak, you don't have to. Your work becomes your voice. Your consistency becomes your reputation. Your discipline becomes your identity. Real power is quiet until it isn't. And when it finally speaks, everyone listens. Power is dangerous when it is unmanaged. Strength without control is not strength. It is chaos. Most people fear power because they have never learned how to hold it. They imagine power as aggression, as domination, as force. But real power is calm. It is steady. It is measured. It listens more than it speaks. The monster does not lose control. The monster masters it. Control is the difference between destruction and dominance. Anyone can get angry. Few can stay disciplined. When emotions rise, anyone can work hard for a week. Few can stay consistent. When progress is slow, this is where control matters most. You see, chaos feels productive. It feels intense. It feels exciting. But chaos burns energy without building structure. Power without control creates short bursts and long regrets. The monster chooses restraint. Restraint is not weakness. Restraint is direction. A controlled mind decides instead of reacts. Reaction is emotional. Decision is intentional. The monster pauses before it responds. Because whoever controls the pause controls the outcome. Life will test you. People will doubt you. Circumstances will pressure you. Progress will slow. Uncontrolled power explodes. Controlled power adapts. This is why discipline beats motivation every time. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is controlled. The monster doesn't wait to feel like working. It works because it decided to. Control also means knowing when to push and when to wait. Not every moment requires force. Some moments require patience. A river with no banks becomes a flood. Power needs boundaries to move forward. This is why the monster builds routines, habits, standards, rules for itself. Rules remove decision fatigue. They protect energy. When your standards are clear, your emotions have less influence. You don't negotiate with yourself. You execute. Another truth. Power without humility destroys itself. Ego loves chaos. It wants attention. It wants validation. It wants to be seen. The monster prefers progress. Quiet improvement beats loud performance. Control means staying grounded, even when you gain strength, even when you start winning, especially when you start winning, because success reveals character faster than failure ever could. The monster does not let success make it sloppy. It tightens discipline as results improve. It respects the process that built the power. Control also means knowing what to ignore. Not every criticism deserves attention. Not every opportunity deserves pursuit. Focus is controlled energy. The monster says no more often than it says yes, because every yes costs time, and time is power. When control is mastered, life becomes simpler. Less drama, less reaction, less regret, more intention, more clarity, more momentum. Power with control creates stability, and stability creates longevity. This is how monsters last, not by burning hot and fast, but by staying disciplined and deliberate. Controlled power does not announce itself. It shows up consistently. And when pressure comes, it holds. Because the strongest force is not rage. It is restraint. Becoming unstoppable is not about intensity. It's about endurance. Anyone can surge forward for a season. Few can stay committed for a lifetime. Unstoppable power is not loud. It is loyal to the process. You don't wake up unstoppable. You become it. One decision at a time. Small decisions, boring decisions, invisible decisions. This is where most people quit. They want power without patience, results without repetition, victory without years. But power that lasts is built slowly, brick by brick, habit by habit, standard by standard. The monster understands this. It doesn't chase quick wins. It builds permanent strength because shortcuts collapse. Foundations endure. Unstoppable people do not depend on mood. Mood changes. Energy fluctuates. Life interferes. But standards remain. They show up even when they are tired, even when no one applauds, even when progress feels invisible. That is where permanence is built. You see, winning once is exciting. Winning repeatedly is discipline. Unstoppable power comes from doing the right thing long after the excitement is gone. This is why character matters. Talent opens doors. Character keeps them open. The monster does not rely on motivation speeches. It relies on personal promises, promises kept to itself. Every day you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen trust. And self-trust is unstoppable power. Because when you trust yourself, you stop negotiating. You stop doubting. You stop delaying. You act. Unstoppable people also understand seasons. There are seasons of building, seasons of waiting, seasons of harvest. They don't panic in winter. They prepare. They don't get lazy in summer. They work. They respect timing, because impatience destroys more dreams than failure ever could. Power that lasts is patient power. Another truth. Unstoppable people keep learning. The moment you stop growing, your power begins to decay. Growth is maintenance. Reading, listening, reflecting, not because you are weak, but because you want to stay strong. The monster sharpens itself, even when it is already winning, especially when it is winning, because complacency is the enemy of longevity. Unstoppable people also guard their environment. They are careful with who they listen to, careful with where they spend time, careful with what they tolerate, because power leaks through poor associations. You don't rise to your intentions. You fall to your environment. So the monster designs its surroundings, books instead of noise, growth instead of gossip, purpose instead of distraction. This is not isolation. It is protection. And finally, unstoppable power serves something bigger than ego. It builds. It contributes. It leaves something behind, because power that lasts must matter. If your strength is only for you, it will fade. But if your strength lifts others, it multiplies. Legacy fuels longevity. The monster understands this is not a sprint. It is a lifetime commitment to excellence. No finish line, no final destination, just continual becoming, stronger character, sharper discipline, deeper purpose. This is how you become unstoppable, not by overpowering life, but by mastering yourself. And when you do, life doesn't stand a chance, because power like that doesn't fade. It lasts for a lifetime. So let me leave you with this thought. You were not born to live small. You were not designed to survive on leftovers. There is power inside you, waiting for permission. And the truth is, no one is coming to give it to you. You must claim it. Becoming a monster is not about harming the world. It's about refusing to be harmless to your potential. It's about discipline over desire, character over comfort, purpose over applause. You don't need to announce it. Just build. Work quietly. Train daily. Think deeply. Let time do the talking. Because one day, the results will arrive. And when they do, they won't whisper. They will speak with authority. So decide today, not tomorrow, not next year. Today, become strong enough to handle the life you want. Become disciplined enough to keep it. Become wise enough to use it well. And when the world asks who you are, you won't need to explain. They'll see it, because monsters don't introduce themselves. They show up and they last